I'll show you how to find products that are frequently purchased together in Google Analytics 4. Unfortunately, we can't get this information directly in GA4, but I'll show you two ways you can get this done. First with ChatGPT and the second one with my Google Sheets template. Hello data people, my name is Robert and I'm here to help you understand and analyze data to make better decisions in e-commerce. So let's head to the GA4 dashboard. So unfortunately in GA4 you cannot directly see what products are purchased together the most, but I have an easy way for you to do this. So what you need to do is you go in your GA4 and then you go here in Explore, and we need to create a blank exploration report. Make sure it's in the free form, and I'm gonna just select the right dates for this specific case. And now we need to add dimensions. Let's add dimensions. We need event, then transaction ID, and we need item name. Let's import those. And then we need to add a metric. So we're gonna add here sessions. I'm just gonna add metric here. I'm gonna double click on this and it's gonna add it in the right place. And then I need to also add transaction ID and then the item name. And make sure they're in this order. It'll make it easier later on. Right now it doesn't show anything interesting, because we need to scroll down here, and in filters, we're gonna add a filter for event name, and in here, exactly matches, and then purchase. So we're just gonna look at the purchase event. That way we have better data. There you go. Now we have transaction IDs here and an item name. So this looks much better. Now we are just going to export this data, and we're gonna use ChatGPT, the paid plan of ChatGPT, to actually analyze this for us. Now, if you don't want to use ChatGPT or you have privacy concerns with it, then just grab my Google Sheets template, where you can either do the calculations directly in the sheet or anonymize your data for ChatGPT, so you can still use AI for that. Download this template by clicking on the first link in the video description. So let's go back here, and if you have the rights, you can now export this data. So here at the top you have a download button. If you click on it, you can export it as a CSV, or you can just export it directly into Google Sheets. Up to you which one you prefer. But once you download it, it looks something like this. We need to modify this file a little bit. So let's remove these rows, and this one also, we don't need it. And also sessions, we actually don't need this information, so I'm just gonna delete it. So all we have now is transaction ID and item name. And now let's click on file and export this as CSV. Like that. So this is the name. I've already done a few tests here. So let's go to ChatGPT, and you need to make sure you have the ChatGPT 4.0, because then you can also upload the file here. So I'm going to do that, upload it. And that's the file I just exported. And now I prepared a prompt for us already here. And I'm gonna just say, instead of top 10, I'm gonna say top 3, and then I'm gonna just execute this one. If you want to grab this prompt and many other ones that I already prepared, you can just also download the file that I mentioned earlier, and that way you can just copy paste the stuff. Okay, there you go. We have now here Google Ombre Lime Pen and Google Ombre Purple Pen are bought together, and these other two products are bought together. Now, this data set is just not very interesting. If you don't have more data, you're just gonna get better results. And I've tested it with a big 20,000 row data, and it works really well. Now, if you have any doubts if this is correct and you wanna just double check that you're not, it's not hallucinating or anything like that, you can download my spreadsheet. So in this file, you're able to just paste your data here. This is the raw data that we just exported from Google Analytics 4. And then you'll be able to come here in AI Checker, and you would come here and place the item names here. So in our case, it would be these two. I would just grab it here and place it like this, and then the other one as well in this one. And that way I can double check if they are actually correct, because this calculation is happening directly in the sheets. So next I'm going to show you how to do this in Google Sheets, and don't worry, I already prepared the template for you so that you don't need to set up any formulas or anything. It's all done for you. You can download the sheet by clicking on the first link in the description, and I'm gonna take you step by step now. First of all, you need to make sure you made a copy of this file. So how do you do that? probably you had a prompt already and it copies it to your Google Sheets. If it didn't, just come to File, and then you can come here and make a copy, and this will copy it to your Google Sheets. Once you're done that, you can just go to Data tab and you would paste your data here. So what do you need here? You need transaction ID and the item name. That's all you need. And then you could have more rows here, up to I think 20,000. I tried with 60,000 one, then it's a little bit laggy, but you can definitely try it and see if it works for you. Once you place your data here, then you come to results, and this is where you can analyze the products that are frequently bought together. And the way you start working with this is double check that all the values show up here, that you have all your unique products here, and also that they expand this way. So yours will look a little bit different, and probably you just have more products than that I have here. And since you have more products, you'll have to expand these formulas. So you would have to drag it out so that it fits your data. And also you would have to go down again so that it fits your needs. So let me drag this out like this. Okay, so once it's kind of fitting your data, you also need to adjust one more thing. You would select your whole field here, and you come to format, and you have conditional formatting, and just expand this one so that it's bigger. You see, it was actually smaller for before, but now it's expanded. But expand this if it's not covering your whole data. Okay, so let me just remove this. It's just a bit in the way. And this works best for small data sets. If you have a bigger data set, then I would use ChatGPT and anonymize my data if you have any privacy concerns. In case you want to know how to anonymize your data, just click on the instructions tab in this same sheet, and there's a video. If you click on that, and I'll explain how to do that. Just find that section where I talk about it, and then you'll be able to use this same data anonymized for AI, and you'll have less privacy concerns that way. It takes about 5 more minutes to set up, but it does help that you can use AI for the big data sets. The way you read this graph is you look at this one. So you see this cross section. It's grayed out on purpose because you don't need to use these numbers because it's the cross section of product 1 and product 1. The way you read this actually is you use the heat map. You can see easily that, hey, here I have 3 and 3, but this is actually same combination because it's mirroring each other. But it looks like product 7 and product 1 go well together. They're both together the most. If you're interested for a specific product, just to see what should you recommend with your specific product, you can come here and let's say, okay, product 6, let's take a look. You have product 1, we can recommend it. Product 3, 5, and well, 6, that makes no sense, but then product 7, no. So only these 3 we can recommend together. Now, obviously your data will be bigger, and I only have few purchases here together, but I think you get the point. This way you can analyze this and get answers to your questions. But to be honest, if you have more than like 40 products, then you probably just want to anonymize your data and then use AI to do your analysis, because it's really hard to do in this one. It gets really messy. Now you know what products are most purchased together, but GA4 default reports are full of metrics and dimensions you just don't need, and using them will just waste your time. That's why you should watch this video next to learn the most useful reports in GA4.